special segment here on the Comix Zone Podcast. Clint, host of the Casper Comic Con, is coming on the show to talk about this year's festivities, all the fun stuff to expect. It'll be at the Ford, Wyoming Center, June 25th and 26th this weekend, brought to you by Reliant Federal Credit Union. Hey, Clint, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
One thing we've been doing, kind of asking everyone that comes on the show to create a super team of 4. So pick any 4 characters from any genre, real, fake. They could be your dad. They could be Superman. So I've got one here that I kind of created just for this. So my idea, and I'm taking a little bit different spin for you, Clint, it could be any kind of super team for your own kind of Fantastic Four. But what I did just for Comic-Con is I assembled my super team of a Comic-Con lineup. And again, no rules. So you will see as I go how crazy and zany this gets. So my first one, which will be the most boring of the super team, would be Donny Cates, just because I'm obsessed with him.
Fair enough.
Then the next one would be a zombie Stan Lee, because we can't bring him back, so have a little bit more interesting and cause more trouble. So we need a zombie.
Like a what if, okay.
Yeah. And then the next one would be an actual gray alien. So we could actually get some insight from the true extraterrestrials about what's going on.
Okay.
And then my favorite would be Leonard Nimoy beaming down from the sky with full angel wings and halo to round up the Comic-Con.
Good times.
Again, none of those are probably ever going to happen except for maybe Donny Cates, but hey.
You just never know in this world anymore.
That's right. So would you, who would be your super team? It wouldn't have to be for a Comic-Con. This is for your own, whatever. Who would you have any kind of favorites you'd like to pick?
Oh, for Lobo's always been one of my reasons I got into comic books. So I'd have to say Lobo and Punisher both, because those are the 2 key figures when I was growing up that like really got me kicked back into comic books.
Yeah. So
there's 2 right there. Probably Boba Fett. Nice. I mean, not just like the fanboy type of thing, but I mean, I was, when I was in this movie theater back in 1980, 1983, for Empire and Jedi, it's like, this dude's just awesome. He didn't say anything, but he still had the reputation. Yeah. So it's just like, that's cool. Yeah. And my last one would probably be a werewolf version of Casey Jones.
That would be awesome.
That would be just killer right there.
Yeah, that is one bad boy team lineup right there for sure. So, well, Comic-Con's coming up this weekend, June 25th and 26th. We're excited. You excited, or are you still kind of in the pre-game chaos of getting things together?
I'll be excited and I'll be relaxed on Saturday afternoon, once it's all pretty much the first day is kind of going. That way, I'm there, it's ready to go. I don't have to worry about anything else. Everybody's there to set up, and all my vendors are there, and it's just it's a go. Once that day's going, then I can actually just chill, relax, and have a little bit of fun with it.
I hear you there. My day job is at Town Square, and we put on events, so I know what that's like. It's once you start coasting, once you get it down the hill, you can finally, just relax and enjoy.
That's exactly it.
So for someone who's never been to Comic-Con, what will they expect?
It's hard to say. I mean, a lot of people, I've never been to a Comic-Con until my first one. And it's like you go in expecting all these other, like, oh my God, you're going to find somebody that you've never seen before, or, stuff like this. But mine are more just kind of the chill, laid back Comic-Con versions, I guess you could say. It's more to have fun. You'll see a couple celebrities here and there. You're going to find like comic books that you've wanted always, toys, artists, just... It's basic, but it's fun, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. I know personally I'm on the search for always Spider-Man and Lego.
Okay.
So I know you got Sam De La Rock. Did I say that right?
Sam De La Rosa.
De La Rosa. I always want to get like Zach De La Roche from Rage Against the Machine confused, but yeah. So I know I got some Spider-Man and some Venom things going on, so I'm really excited about that. What are some other exciting people or events that are kind of happening at the con?
Well, we have Sam De La Rosa from Venom, and he has also done a lot more stuff before Venom. I mean, he did Predator, he did Black Panther. I mean, he's been in the artist for years and years and years. Then if you like Star Wars, which I think almost everybody does,
Who doesn't?
I have C. Andrew Nelson, who played Darth Vader in when they did the special edition movies in 97, 99, whatever that year was.
Mm-hmm.
He played all of the Darth Vader scenes when they re-edited it, and he's basically that one right there. So, I mean, he's got a lot of hits for him. And then I've got the only living Tusken Raiders in person of Alan Fernandez from the original 1977 New Hope movie. He was the one that was up on the Bantha.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
was that elephant
he trained elephants for a while in the circus.
Yeah, and the Bantha was an elephant. Was it I read? Is that correct? Or no?
Yeah, it was an elephant that they just put basically they put up a bunch of makeup and attire on it and created a Bantha.
Nice. And how long have you been doing Comic Cons? And you do them more than just in Casper, correct?
Yes, I went to San Diego back 10 years ago, 12 years ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got back, I was just bored. And I was like, well, hell, I'm just going to start one of myself. Yeah. And so I started doing one here in Colorado Springs, and it just, skyrocketed. And then I did one in my hometown of Salina, Kansas. Mm-hmm. And that one brought some other people to talk to me about doing shows in other cities. And so I'm up to 6 states and about 7 to 9 shows a year right now. And I'm going to be adding a couple more events in the next year.
Nice. And has COVID kind of lifted up and made things easier now, or is there still kind of a COVID hangover as far as events go?
Well, the first year, 2020, I mean, I had to close one show out of all of mine down because of COVID, and the other ones, COVID kicked my butt on those shows. Yeah. The numbers were down by almost 70% on some of them. They're starting to pick back up a little bit. Last year, they picked up quite a bit more. I'm just hoping this year and next year, it just gets back into the norm where people are, they're not afraid to go out. They're more, like kind of just, let's get back to normal. Let's have some fun and let's just live our lives.
I agree. Another cool thing is the cosplay competition. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Or if somebody wants to enter, what do they need to do to participate?
Well, that one's very simple. It's all being the prize money, the sponsorships and everything. I'm going to give them real quick. Is Little Shop of Burgers, Foggett Cards and Games, and then Oil City Axe and their tattoo company as well. And it's $1,000 purse prize on Saturday for the adult contest. And that starts at 4:00 on Saturday. There's also a kids contest that starts at 3:00 on Sunday. So each day has one costume contest. To register, there's no pre-registration needed. It's just going to basically be come as you are. If you want to go ahead and be part of the contest, you're in. There's nothing you need to fill out. As long as you're in costume and you want to walk across the stage, introduce yourself, talk to the judges, you're golden.
Easy peasy. I like it.
Very much so.
So also kind of curious about some of the other vendors that'll be there. Got any spoilers or teasers you can tell us about there? As far as
the entire vendor list right now is on the Ford Wyoming Center's website under the Casper Comic Con, just the info tab bar. I've got probably, 50, 60 vendors lined up right now. I'm expecting probably another 8 or 10 more because you always give a few people that want to wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
But, it's good. We have a lot of comic vendors. I've got several artists. I've got just a couple cosplayers that are coming in from local and, I think Arizona.
Yeah, AZ Power Girl, that's a big one.
It's going to be some good stuff going on. Basically, there's a lot of toy vendors. It's basically going to be a good mix of anything comic or toy or art related stuff that you want. You're going to probably find it there or pretty close to.
Nice. So kind of more on the philosophical kind of side of things. What do you? I have my own opinions here, but I wanted to ask you, what role does a Comic Con play as far as like nerd culture, and why do you think it's important?
It just relaxes people anymore. They almost San Diego Comic Con is always going to be the big dog. We all know that. But I mean, stuff like Big Bang Theory and everything, and it's more the norm nowadays. You
Hmm.
had, when I was growing up, people were called to be insulting. They were being called nerds and dorks and geeks and all this other stuff. But now
Yeah,
it's almost like a compliment.
it's a badge of courage, you know.
Exactly. It's like now, the ones that are getting ridiculed are the jocks or whatever you want to call them, and it's just like, really? I mean, it's completely turned the tables.
That's so true. So looking back at some of the other Comic Cons that you've done, Casper or other, what are some of your favorite moments? Kind of like a best of reel.
It's pretty simple. My favorite part, I mean, I work at a grade school here in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
and just seeing some of the kids come in just excited to be like showing, mom and dad, hey, this is what this is or whatnot. It's just the having the fun of it all. I mean, you can talk to all the celebrities you want. You can talk to anything you want to do. You can do whatever you want. But when you see those kids and they come out for the costume contests and they're just excited about stuff, because that's the future generation. I mean, if those kids aren't into what we're doing now, we're not going to have Comic Cons in 10, 15 years.
That's right. Yeah.
And it's just, that's the way I've always done it.
That's great. Now, so for as a grown up kid, I always like the reason, the attraction of the comics is because it does remind me of when I was that young age, and
Oh, definitely.
you know,
Definitely.
so that's a great image that you just kind of put in my head. All those little happy nerdy future nerdy kids.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I mean, I've had the Peter Pan syndrome for years. And that blood's flowing through me left and right, and I have no problem with it. I think working at a grade school and hosting Comic Cons and everything just keeps me younger than I should be, and I enjoy it. I just, if I didn't have that, who knows? I mean, it's just, I like what I do, and I'm having fun with it.
Well, that's so great, and we're excited to be there this weekend. Any other things that our listeners should know about the Comic Con?
Head sponsor, I want to give them, it's Reliant Federal Credit Union. As far as anything else, people are just going to come in. I keep my prices cheaper than a lot of the other bigger cons, so that way we have more people come in. And you, if you if you go to a movie, say you go to a movie and it really sucks, you're out, $12 in a couple hours.
Hmm.
But if you like the movie, it's worth that $12. And that's how I kind of run the cons. I mean, if it comes in and you don't find the things you're looking for, well, you're only at a few dollars. You're not out 40 or $50
Hmm.
and all these hours of time. You're only at a few bucks. And it's like, well, next year might have something you want. You just never know. But I try to keep it. That's why I keep my eclectic, I guess you could say, as far as vendors go, because, you have many, many, many different vendors from many different states that are going to bring a lot of different things and just show it off.
Tell me, what do you get with the VIP pass versus a normal day pass to the Casper Comic Con?
Reliance giving them a notarized bag, I guess you could say. It has like the logo and stuff like this on it, like a swag bag type of thing.
Hmm.
And then there's also a voucher. There's a couple vouchers for like food, and the axe throwing is going to be there. So there's a voucher for axe throwing, and then there's also a limited edition Comic Con print that we have in them.
Cool.
And it's I haven't announced it to the public yet or anything like that. It's kind of like if you like dogs playing poker, you're gonna love this print. Let's just put it that way.
Nice.
And I have a friend of mine that's an artist that did it all digitally, and he got it done, and he's gonna be there as well, selling the prints as well. So if you want to print, it'll just have a different border on it, so it'll be good to go.
That's cool. Was there a tattooing there? I heard that happened one year.
Yes, tattoos are going to be there as well. Oil City, as well as I can't remember her name offhand. They run Oil City tattoos and us as their Oil City Extras,
Hmm.
but they're going to be there,
Nice.
and you can get tattoos at the event as well. So I might do some ink therapy too.
I don't have any tattoos, but my partner in crime, Mike, does.
I've got a few, and I'm thinking about just like either highlighting one of them or just adding to the cost.
Well, thanks again so much for coming on the podcast. We appreciate your time here, and we look forward to meeting you in person this weekend.
Well, I'll see you this weekend. You take care, and I'll see you then.